Good morning. It is day 48 and I am getting to Kennedy Meadows today. Yesterday was a day of hills. Started with a 4-mile downhill and a 7-mile uphill and a 5-mile downhill, and they were big hills as well. And then nice little section at the base of the hills to finish off. So I did 20 miles yesterday. I'm only 5.5 miles from the turn off to Kennedy Meadows, and then it's 1 mile down the road to get to the store. So 6.5 miles, and I'm eating nice food. I could have done it yesterday quite easily. I had heaps of energy, heaps of time, but I didn't want to push myself. There's no point in tiring myself out and pushing my body just to get to Kennedy Meadows late at night when most things are shut. So that's why I had a final leisurely day. And I had plenty of food, so I still have 3 days of food, and I've actually got 5 breakfasts, so yeah, well overestimated my food, but oh well. So yeah, so today dropped down to a river, and then a slight climb, a slight drop, and then a slight climb up to the turnoff. It's a cloudy day today. It's the first morning I've woken up and there's actually clouds. The forecast is for rain today, but then that's quite an old forecast, so who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, hey, Kennedy Meadows, it's a big milestone. It's the end of the desert and the start of the mountains, so pretty looking forward to that. Though I have really enjoyed the desert, the mountains are good, and it'll be good to finally get going and stop all the scaremongering of everybody about the Sierras, because they are just solid snow this year. So many people are either don't know what to do or are not going to do it. So a lot are going back to their homes for 2 to 6 weeks. Some are flipping north, but the north is also covered in snow, so that's pretty hard as well. Others started here and headed south, and only, I don't know, just from talking to people, I'd say maybe 20% are actually planning on going through. So not a large amount, and in fact I don't even know if it's 20% going through. Yeah, so that should be fun. Still going through these neat areas of rocks, which is pretty cool. Ooh. And where normally all the dry stream beds are empty, now they've got water. I'm out of the forest and back into the open. While I miss the trees, here's your morning panorama. Wow, it's an actual river. This is the Kern River. It's been a long time since I've seen a decent river. Woohoo! Look at all that water after all of our dry stretches. Woo. So we're going to follow along beside the river for I think about a mile before we head off up into the hills a little bit more. I'm glad we don't have to cross this, but this is what rivers look like with snow melt, and this is why I'm going through the Sierras while it's full of snow and not while they're melting. Otherwise I'll be crossing big rivers like this frequently, and I'd rather go in the snow than try and cross rivers like that. And just to be clear, I would not be crossing that river anywhere along here. That would just be too dangerous to try and cross. And the reasons why I wouldn't cross here It's deep, it's fast, there's a whole lot of obstructions in the water. So you always look, worst case, if you fall floating down the river, is it clear? And in this case there's so many things that can catch you and hold you under the water, and in this area the far bank is not clear to go, so it's a definite no for crossing. You would have to walk upstream until you found a better place, and with this river I'd imagine it'd be way upstream. Almost looks like the flowers are growing up through the pine cone. Over the hill, and I think about to go through the meadow down below. Well, not really a meadow, the flatter bit down there. Yeah, I stupidly said flatter bit. I should have said open bit because that's not flat. And it is a cabin. Looks pretty old. Okay, so today's lesson of the day is how to put on your pack. Now I know it sounds really simple. I mean, everyone can put on their pack, but not all methods are the same. So what most people do is they pick up one handle and then they swing the pack onto their back and then they put it on, which, hey, it works. However, the things I don't like about the method is that it puts, number one, it's putting pressure on your pack where you're lifting all of that weight on one pivot point, and secondly, you are lifting and twisting, which puts a lot of pressure on your back. So the method that I use is resting it on my knee. So the first stage is you grab both straps, knees bent, back straight and head up, and you lift it onto your knee, and your leg is then taking all of the weight. If there's a rock, even better, because you can actually rest your leg on the rock. Once it's there, then you can place your arm in and just move it around to the back, and there you go, your pack is now on, with less strain on your pack and, more importantly, less strain on your back. Taking your pack off is the exact opposite. Undoing your clips, take your arm out, swing it around and rest it on your knee, and then you can grab both of your straps and lower it down. So that is an alternate method for putting on your pack. I've showed a couple of people and they now use this method all of the time. This big green meadow, it's just green and brown, and then I love that you then every now and again get this splash of vibrant colour, and heading back into the trees. So it's less than 2 miles to go to the turnoff. We're still in the desert section officially, so there's allowed to be cactus. If this is past the turnoff, it's not allowed. Here's a deer. Hey. Civilization. I am 0.8 of a mile from the road. Woohoo! Little overgrown. Ugh. Gotta fight for this last little bit of trail. Final trail register before the road. Ooh, I'm here. I'm just doing the sign touch, and then I'm gonna walk up the road. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so I am now off trail. It's pretty cool. Carving of a hiker. And another one. Oh no, it's a carving of a man. That's pretty cool. Right, the general store. Oh, 2 Foot Adventures has set up here in direct competition to Triple Crown Outfitters. So my watch strap finally broke when I got here. As I was about to take it off, it completely snapped. So I'm in the process now of replacing the watch strap, and this is what it looks like underneath. Pretty disgusting. So I'm giving it a bit of a clean as well. But very thankful that I can have my watch for the rest of the time.